going on, guys? Blazing here, and today we got another Raid Shadow Legends video. So Raid just dropped the what's next video for us. I haven't seen this yet. I wanted to react live to it. So let's get into it. Let's see what they tell us.
Hey everyone, welcome to the first What's Next in Raid episode of 2023. It's only fitting that we kick the year off with some huge news about what's coming to the game. So let's waste no time in getting right into it. First up, let's start with the new PVE content. We're supercharging some of our familiar dungeon bosses, making for a really tough endgame challenge. Introducing Hard Mode Dungeons. When we say hard mode, we mean hard.
That dragon looks cool. Wow. Damn.
Mode. These aren't just minor buffs and tweaks. We've really changed up the mechanics and abilities of these bosses, adding devilish new twists to
Ice Golem looks pretty cool. Just a different color, but still looks kind of cool.
old classics.
The Fire Knight. Oh my God, look at that. Wow.
That's not to say you'll have to change how you approach dungeons entirely. Old stages will remain the same.
Spider, okay. I think my favorite right now is the dragon, then Fire Knight, then the spider, and then Ice Golem. Looks wise. But yeah. I'm excited for hard dungeons. That's gonna be fun.
With these remix dungeons being accessible via 10 extra stages for the Dragon's Lair, Ice Golem's Peak, Fire Knight's Castle, and Spider's Den. So, let's meet our combatants. These bosses weren't exactly nice to start off with, but a creeping darkness has tainted them even further. They're tougher, stronger, and more brutal than their regular counterparts. So, bring your A game. Let's start with the noxious dragon, its tainted Hellraiser. Rather than more fire, this malevolent fiend has doubled down on horrific poisons.
Ooh, that looked like it hurt. That looked like it hurt.
His mephitic fire skill will apply twice as many poison debuffs as its normal counterpart, Wall of Fire, and it beefs up Tainted Hellraiser with a 50% increase attack buff for good measure. Also, his secret skill, Toxic Incineration, will activate all poison debuffs on your champions at once. This caustic explosion can deal major damage, so be sure to bring someone who can cleanse these poisons from your team. Now,
Okay. Okay, so basically, just a little bit stronger, extra damage from poisons. I'm curious to see if we'll still be able to solo it with like a Bad Alcazard or a Tomb Lord.
let's take a look at Tainted Clysis and see what new tricks he's hiding up his frozen sleeves. Debilitating Frost will remove all debuffs from Tainted Clysis and decrease your team's turn meter by 30%. Also, he's now utterly immune to poisons. Makes sense, seeing as he's literally made from ice. So, how do you defeat something made of ice?
Oh man, that is going to kill any of your solo campaign farmers you have, or your solo farmers for Ice Golem right now. So you can't bring in a Bad Alcazard. You can't do it with Tomb Lord. So you're gonna have to go with like, I don't know, either enemy max HP, but then with Frigid Vengeance, if he still has that, that's gonna be really hard. And then it's gonna have to be HP burn. Damn.
Ice. You melt it. HP Burn is your friend here. It deals
Yeah.
10% more damage to Tainted Clysis and destroys the max HP of his minions, making it easier to put them back into the ground whenever they get dragged back into the fight. Needless to say, some teams that used to shine in this dungeon will be getting the cold shoulder from Tainted Clysis instead.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it. Okay. So they've managed to make this dungeon one that nobody wants to farm into even worse.
Be prepared to change your teams accordingly. Next up, the Ice Golem's hot-tempered counterpart, Tainted Fyro, the Fire Knight. If you thought his shield was nasty before, just wait until you see it now. It goes from needing 12 hits to break in stage 25 of normal mode to needing 21 hits in stage 10 of hard mode.
Whoa, what the 21 hits? They almost doubled it? That's insane. No way. Like, you'd have to bring like 4 cold hearts. Oh man.
And that's not even your biggest worry. Attacking Tainted Pyro's shield will destroy your champion's max HP by 1%. Need more HP destruction? His Corrupting Blaze skill also destroys your team's HP by 15% of the damage dealt. Meaning, whatever he does, your HP is taking a hit. You'll need to find a way to counter this, or else Tainted Pyro will be carving through your champions like a hot knife through butter. Oh, and he's immune to turn meter reduction too. Sorry all you Cold Heart and Allure fans. However, all hope is not lost. Turns out Tainted Pyro just needs to chill out. Okay, using freeze may not literally freeze him, but it will cause him to lose 15% of his turn meter per freeze debuff. Cool. Let's move.
Okay. Interesting mechanic. So, I'm still baffled on how we're going to be able to get the shield down. 21 hits. I mean, you got Rondas, you got, oh man. And I guess maybe Tormund's gonna come into this? Or Pixneal? Oh, we'll have to test out
Move
some
on to our
teams.
next star, Tainted Scavag, and her endless brood of spiderlings. The changes to her dungeon should send shivers down your spine. First, Tainted Scavag is immune to turn meter reduction and HP burn. We're not kidding. In fact, if you've got HP burn on her spiderlings, each AP burn activation will now partially heal her. So you'll definitely want to avoid that. Also, her spiderlings are immune to freeze, so that old trick won't save you either. However, where one door closes, another one opens. Each time a spiderling dies, Scavag loses a chunk of her HP. So, upping your area of effect game and blasting her entire clutch to Kingdom Come is now a viable strategy. Another saving grace is that hard mode spiderlings aren't any tougher than they are on stage 25 of normal mode. So if you can splat them there, you can splat them here. Over.
Um, I like that. So she can't do turn meter manipulation anymore, so we can't decrease her turn meter, which means champions that have like husks, AoE enemy magic max, yeah, AoE enemy max HP. So like Acrisias, husks, royal guards, they're gonna be really strong for this. Is what you're gonna need to do. I wonder if maybe like bombs, like you do a bomb strat to do double damage, maybe Nishak, and then you spread them. Looks like stun and fear is going to be what we need. So, yeah, it'll be really interesting. Really interesting.
Overall, hard mode dungeons live up to their name, and taking them on is well worth the effort. Along with yielding greater rewards and more event or clan v clan tournament points, hard mode dungeons
Of course, they had to throw the Clan v Clan tournament points in there, right?
will also drop mythical artifacts and accessories. Until now, you could only get mythical.
Okay. Um, my bigger question is going to be, are we getting, is it going to still drop like 5-star rares or 5-star epics? I think it should only be 6-star items, maybe 5-star legendary.
Artifacts from Hydra battles, but it wasn't exactly an easy location to farm. Once
No, it wasn't. Not for a lot of people. I mean, people still can't even get over hard mode.
hard mode dungeons go live, you'll get to choose which sets to hunt for and have more ways to earn mythical artifacts and accessories. And trust me, you'll want these mythical goodies to prepare for the challenges we've got cooking this year. Speaking of challenges, we all know that the best thing in life is to crush your enemies, climb the ranks of the arena, and become the best in the world. But until now, you could only test your strength against AI-controlled defense teams, and we know you all dreamed of more than that. You want to go head-to-head with other players to feel the thrill of real-time PvP and test your skill against opponents as cunning as you are. Now, at last, we can say that dream is becoming reality.
Oh God, this is going to be where either Raid makes it or breaks it. Here we go.
Live Arena is coming to Raid. We're super excited about it and can't wait to see how Raid's PvP scene will evolve after the feature goes live. We won't go into too much detail today, so consider this an appetizer before a full feature preview video later this year. Live Arena will be available to all players who are level 50 and above. You can queue up for battles several times a day on a set schedule, a necessary measure to avoid long wait times in a PvE-focused game like Raid. Once you've queued up, you'll be added to the matchmaking pool, and you'll get matched up against an opponent as soon as possible. After pairing up with an opponent, the Battle of Wits begins with picking champions. During this phase, both players will pick their champions one by one, building a team of 5. Each player will then get to ban a single enemy champion from the fight and choose their team leader. No doubt some of you more.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so we get to actually so like oh man, that really is going to be difficult. Because if you're planning to bring in a certain team that you're building, now I can say no, you can't bring your Hedgeo, you can't bring your Duchess. Wow, okay. I wonder though if it's like if you're going to be able to see each champion that they're picking as they're picking them. I think oh man, yeah, no, I think because what they might just do is they might just pick the like they both have Duchess, so if they both take their Duchesses out, then yeah. Oh man, I really hope that you can't see the opponents until it's time to pick. Because if you're doing it before that, then it gives you time to think about how to counter each one. And then, you could just say, okay, well, this is the one that I have an issue with that I'm not going to be able to counter, but I can deal with everything else because of, this particular champion I have. And I really hope like you just get a time base of how long you can actually hold this spot. Because if you're just waiting and holding, like, yeah, no, I like that. I like it, a lot.
Devious players will come up with plenty of mind games for this.
Yeah, so it looks like I can see what they're going to bring in before they do it. I'm not a fan of that, honestly. Um, I really, really don't because, I can see what he's going to bring in and then I can counter it and just say, okay, well, I'm going to bring in my Torment and all he's got to protect it was a Duchess, so I can leave that spot till the end.
Oh, and one thing to mention, you won't be able to use duplicate champions in the higher live arena tiers. Once the
Okay. Sorry. So no dupes. No dupes. Okay, interesting. Um, so you won't have any troll defenses. You won't have like the four more to macabres or anything like that, which is kind of cool.
teams have been drafted, the battle begins. It won't be all that different as far as core mechanics are concerned, except you're fighting a real human. So be prepared for nasty surprises that the AI could never come up with. All phases in battle will have an overall time limit and a limit on player turns. Should the overall time limit run out, both players will receive a defeated result. You're fighting the clock as much as you're fighting your opponents here, so don't try and stall out for the win.
Okay, that's that's I like this so far. I was skeptical, but I like this so far. Not bad.
On top of the sheer awesomeness of fighting other players in real time, there'll be dedicated live arena quests, new artifacts, a new addition to the Great Hall where you can spend your hard-earned live arena crests, and other rewards to look forward to. But we'll talk.
Wait, what? We can we gain stats now from to every other dungeon? Hold on. They need to go in more detail about
More
this.
about all that later. For
Oh,
those
come on. You can't just give us this and then tell us we'll talk more about it. Like, is this going to be like all my champions, particular champions? Like, come on.
are the two main features we'll be working on in the near future, but we also have some significant quality of life updates coming too. First of all, We're going to make separate multi-battle settings for various game modes and even for some individual dungeons. This should make it even easier to customize your farming teams and ensure they don't run into any trouble during their artifact hunts. We are also expanding your artifact selling options in multi-battle mode. Right now, you can only choose what rank of artifacts you want to get rid of, but we're changing it so you can pick which artifacts you want to keep based on the rank, rarity, type, set, specific substats, or any combination.
Wow, so they're actually putting in what Farb stuff has done for RSL Helper. Um, okay, so they're trying. I mean, it's sad that it took them this long to do it, but yeah, it's wow. Um, I think it's gonna help out mobile players a lot. I like it. I like it.
Of these factors. It won't be difficult to set up, and it'll make your farming a lot smoother. We're also adding a new sorting option for artifacts and accessories that'll allow you to sort your gear by.
It's about time. It's about time, Raid. Wow. The only other thing I would like to see is them adding in a filter on sorting things by upgraded rank, right? So rank 4, rank 16, rank 8, rank 12.
Stats. For players with many artifacts, it should help you keep on top of things. Finally, we're going to sort out the chaos that is the Fragment Summons tab. Champions that are currently unavailable by any means will be hidden from the list, unless
Only took you 3 years? Only took you 3 years to do this? Jeez.
you've got at least one of their fragments. It's a small enough change, but it'll make navigating fragment summons much easier. And finally, it wouldn't be a What's Next video without showing off some awesome new champions in the pipe.
Oh man. Um you got to give it to them, man. They do great at the the artwork, visualization. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm just too excited here. Visuals, they do great with those, man. Um, love it.
Line. Many of these fabulous barbarians, fashionable ogrins, and their friends are all but ready to jump into the summoning pool and join the fight for Teleria. A few are still in the early stages of development, and we need to iron out some new mechanics. They'll be worth the wait,
Oh, this one looks really cool. I think this is my favorite one so far.
and we think you guys will love them. And that's it for this episode of What's Next in Raid. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to keep up with all the exciting stuff coming this year. Until then, happy raiding! Hey everyone, welcome to the first.
Okay. Yeah, lots of stuff, lots of interesting stuff. I'm excited for the live arena. I think if it's done the way they're hoping it is, I think it'll be a great feature into the game. I do like that it's throughout particular times in the day that you can queue for it, which is good, which just means that, you don't just queue for it right now and then, you get matched up against someone else, 20, 30 minutes from now. Um, I want to see how the matchmaking process is going to be, whether it's going to be based on player power, whether it's going to be based on player ranking. I That's kind of what I want to see how that's going to go because if I'm depending on what the metals is if I'm just sitting in like gold 1 or gold 2 and I'm just able to farm teams easier than that way, you know, um why move up and make it more difficult for myself, right? Um but yeah, the hard mode dungeons, I think they're still going to be beatable for a lot of, end game players, but it's not going to be new content. It's not going to be content for new players. Let's make that clear. This is going to be more for end game players. I did like that they're doing it at level 50 for the live arena. Because when you start off, it's going to be difficult. Especially in the beginning until things kind of iron out, for the first couple of weeks. We don't know how much is going to be allowed in each tier, if it's going to be based the same way that current arena is. Then only a certain amount of players are going to be able to do it. And I'm interested to see if they're going to add, or how they're going to add the platinum aspect to it for that. Um, I'm liking that they're doing mythical gear. I'm really hoping that they're not going to put in 5-star rares and 5-star epics, or even 6-star blues in farming this. I think it should be, 6-star legendary. It should be, 6-star epics, 5-star legendary, maybe, and the mythical gear. But overall, I think I'm excited. I'm excited. I think it's going to be great content in the game. I'm guessing that they're going to drop this next week while I'm on vacation in Florida. I'm taking the kids to Disney, so I may not be able to catch up on all this content right away. But guys, um, I'm more excited about this than anything else they've done. It looks good. It looks like they're actually thinking about it. Um, and yeah, yeah. Uh, so I'll leave it off there, guys. Much appreciation, much love. Be well, uh, be safe, be good to each other, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.